We have to see.
No, because these shoes are old as fuck. All of us smell my socks.
All right, so lactics are super, super easy. So lactics, you have to neutralize, and they are time dependent. The time that we're gonna work with a lactic is minimum 5 minutes, but you can leave it on for up to 15 minutes. Tomorrow, for trade purposes, I wanna make sure that everyone's gonna have enough time to trade. I've done this, and each time I do this, I learn something new. And the biggest thing that I've learned is you guys are only gonna leave the peels on tomorrow for 5 minutes, just so that everyone has enough time to swap and trade. Back when I first started teaching and I used to do lactic trade day, I used to put like a theory on that day or like a test on that day and then try and go do lactic trade, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is too much, I can't do that anymore. So I make lactic trade day the only thing we do that day, just so that everyone's got enough time to swap. So what cleansers did you grab?
The Mega Creamy and the SkinCeuticals Simply Clean Gel.
Oh, okay. So, move some of this around. So I've got this.
It's so quiet.
Alright, so I'm gonna go in and start my clinical cleanse. When it comes to you guys doing chemical peel trades and clients, I think I mentioned this during the hydrofacial demo last week, but just in case I didn't, the way it comes to dispensing is you guys are going to grab your signature and your client signature, or whoever you're trading on signature. You're gonna show the instructor in dispense both of those signatures. Once we see both of those signatures, then we will sign your pre-check, and then you can get your peel. Either you dispense it, the instructor in the dispenses it, doesn't matter.
Wait, an instructor has to sign for
The pre-check, yes.
So it's like lasers that they do like pre-check.
You don't need the
Not the
post-check?
dispense person doesn't sign it?
Like the student?
No, like the dispense instructor.
Yeah, the dispense
They sign
instructor.
it,
Yeah,
okay.
they sign it.
Silence go
Do
crazy,
you want to
man.
sing? Start it.
Here you go.
I'll go next.
Let's sing Rebecca happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
She's like, please don't.
Yeah.
It's that's what sisters are supposed to do.
Love it.
Rachel's turn.
No. December, babe.
I always hated being in the same class as my brothers. They would terrorize me.
Oh my god, Rebecca.
Those are cute. She said there's no.
It's like, we'll have a talk when we hang.
She's like, you need to call a ride.
She wouldn't leave you.
She better
Alright, so then we're gonna go in and we are going to rinse that cleanser off.
You look so comfy, y'all.
staring at me. I'm not kidding. I was just thinking my happy birthday probably sounded real good now. Like, oh, my Netflix on the TV. Not that
We're gonna get sent home, girl.
That's what I kind of wanted to do.
That's my legs, man. Those fell off.
Listen, I can only be so entertaining, and then I gotta like put it. I gotta space it out. I gotta space it out.
You can only take it in doses.
What are you still doing here?
Hello.
I'm not here.
Oh.
I'm gonna miss you.
came out today. No, she's getting
Yeah, Demery canceled on me. She forgot she had dinner with her
I'm
dad.
not down. I can say whatever I want.
Okay, that is my first cleanse, so now I'm gonna go in and do my second cleanse.
Do you watch Dexter?
That is such a good show.
Okay, but do you watch
Not,
Dexter?
no. Why?
Y'all don't just
I don't know, we were talking about Netflix, and you said you'd be too entertained, but.
No, I said I'm too like I gotta space it out. Like I can't keep you guys entertained like the whole like 2 hours. Like that's I gotta like space it out.
I always say that for my family. I'm like, I only can take you guys in doses.
Like I gotta space it out.
Yeah, because that's my biggest pet peeve. They put their fingers on my limbs.
I will do that to punish men at work sometimes.
That's so funny.
I'll poke them right in the glasses.
9 times out of 10, that's
I'm sorry, I'm really questioning.
You're too close into the world with smudge glasses. I can't do it.
It actually bothers me.
It bothers me.
Like, I have a lens knife.
Or like if you tap right on their glasses with your fingernail like it's a fish tank, they really love that.
I'm sure
Hello? Is there something behind there?
Fishing!
Why are you sleeping?
I used to like Nima. Not even used to.
I was gonna say, who doesn't?
I feel like Dory today.
I feel like Dory all the time.
I think Dory too.
I have
Not as good.
I'm like to that point where you get like overtired and then you get like delirious.
I feel like Marlon because I can't read.
P. Sherman.
P. Sherman 42 multi
Pull up. Okay, she had to pull up now.
Oh my gosh. Okay, did that hurt? I'm sorry. Alright. So after you go in and do your 2 cleanses, this protocol is a little funky, and we are gonna go in with the Glymed peptide scrub. Can anyone tell me why we would want to go in with an exfoliant before we apply this peel? What is it gonna do? Yes.
It will help better absorb the peel by exfoliating the dead skin.
Yes, so by exfoliating her skin first, the peel is not gonna have to work as hard and go through all those dead skin cells, even though Vanessa doesn't even have any dead skin cells because her skin is just so perfect.
It's always so good.
But yes, that is why we do that.
Will it penetrate deeper as well because there's less of a first layer to get through?
Yes, but not like a significant
Drastic.
Yeah, like a drastic amount.
Is this the only peel that you do a scrub with?
Yeah, just lactic.
Because it's gentle.
It's gentle. It used to be in our glycolic protocol, but we just felt like it wasn't necessary for that, so we decided to take it out.
The scrub was in it, I call it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So after you do the scrub, you are going to remove that with rough gauze.
That's the protocol for both the 5% and the 30%?
Yeah, so no matter if you're doing the pumpkin, the 5%, or the 30, it's in the protocol. So when you guys are going to pull up the protocol on the iPad, just hit lactic peel, and it's all the same.
And which one exactly are we starting on?
It's not a shirt, it's just like a
Okay.
trade day. But pumpkin.
Okay.
But they're all the same. The protocol's the same no matter what.
And what does your Saturn tattoo say? The ring.
It says I'll be better on Saturn. Let's just get it out of the way now. I'm a huge SZA fanatic. I love her so much. She's my favorite person in the world. I have that one. I have Control tatted on my thumb, and then this big one right here with the bumblebee and the flower, that's based off of her song Love Galore. I love her so much. I've seen her 4 times. I will be seeing her this May when she comes here with Kendrick Lamar. I'm a very dedicated fan.
Super Bowl 2.0.
Yeah, you know.
She said front row.
Yeah, floor. Yeah. I like to call myself a barricade baddie, meaning like if my stomach is not touching the barricade, then there's no point in me going. If there's not a chance of me making eye contact, then I don't want to go. It's not worth it.
She has to notice me.
I really do feel that way. I really do. But I also have that same just not as intentional, not as aggressive obsession with Jack Harlow.
I was gonna say, and
So this is what are you talking about? Yes, I love Jack Harlow so much. He's the love of my life. He's my little blue-eyed boy. I love him so much. So, after you remove the scrub, you are going to remove your top layer of gloves. For this peel, you are going to double glove. I like to, I think I said during the hydrofacial demo, I like to use small gloves. So I will put my small pair of gloves on first, and then I'll go in with my mediums, just so that it's not either super tight or super bulky.
Question on
yeah.
that. Do you have to double glove, or can we have
I would double
Yeah,
glove.
that's
It's just I would double glove.
Okay.
It's gonna save you a lot of time than you having to take it off and then put a new pair of gloves on. Just double glove. All right. Then after we remove the scrub, we are gonna go in with our acetone. That is my acetone.
It's funny, I've noticed a lot of girls will sniff to see which is which because they all.
Because there's also a pre-treat and they look the exact same. So that's why we're all, it's not because we like the smell. I mean, I kind of do, but you got to figure out a way to tell the difference. All right, so I'm going to start on her forehead, and all this is doing is just helping to degrease her skin to make sure that that acid is going to penetrate the way I need to. All right, and then take a deep breath and tuck your lip. And go down the nose. Then I'm gonna toss that. And then now I'm going to put on my pre-treat. Can anyone tell me what they think the pre-treat is gonna do? It's in the name. It's going, by putting on the pre-treat, what a pre-treat does is we are putting a low percentage of acid on the skin to kind of help prep the skin for that higher percentage of acid that we're gonna put on.
Oh, so basically not shocking the face.
Yeah.
Acclimating.
Yeah, and you don't necessarily have to pre-treat. If you have it, use it. If not, great. There are some peels that don't require a pre-treat. Like our glycolic peel, most peels don't have a pre-treat. But just glycolic makes a pre-treat, so we use their pre-treat.
So I know citric acid is one that's mixed with other peels, and the one that starts with the T. I forget. Thank you.
Yeah.
Would that be considered the pre-treat? Is that what it's derived of? Or is it completely different?
It depends, company to company. So this is the AHA prepping solution, and it is a mix of glycolic and lactic, and I think a little bit of sal. But let's say that Vanessa had a little bit more acne that I wanted to target. Instead of pre-treating her with the prepping solution, I could pre-treat her with the Skin Astringent number 2, because that's 2% salicylic acid, and it's gonna focus on targeting that bacteria that's causing the acne a little bit more than just the mix of all these AHAs.
So it can be a really low percentage of any peel, it seems like.
Yeah, but it's acid mixed with other things.
I see.
With other, glycerin and other calming agents.
And then when you go to do
Yes.
Noted. Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Okay, so after we apply the acetone and the pre-treat, you are gonna go in and apply Soothe and Protect to the sensitive areas. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use one side of my Q-tip for the outer corner of her eye. I'm going to flip that Q-tip over and then take it to the inner corner.
What is this?
Soothe and Protect from Elastin.
The balm.
The balm.
The recovery
I
balm.
don't use any elastin products.
We
Well,
used it
this
for
is-
like lip balm.
Did we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like that thick, almost like it feels like Aquaphor.
Do you think it'd be like petroleum jelly?
That's what
Yeah.
it is. It's glorified petroleum jelly.
That's just what we had.
We're just fancy.
My dad was bummed that we don't sell it here.
I know.
Because I used it on him, and then I found it on Amazon and bought it.
Glymed makes one too. They call it cell protection balm, I believe. That's what we had when I was a student. We didn't have the Elastin one. We had the Glymed version. In the inner corners of her nose. So I'm applying it basically anywhere where that peel could get in and just cause a little bit more sensitivity. So I'm doing the inner corner and outer corner of her eye, the nose, and then I'm gonna go to the lips. But the biggest thing is that when I move from a different section, I'm grabbing a new Q-tip.
And we're allowed, this is probably a really dumb question, but we're allowed to use both sides of the Q-tip before
Yeah.
grabbing anyone.
So use like one side for the outer corner, flip it over, use the other side for the inner corner, and then you can toss it.
Why is that?
Because like let's say she had something brewing or like festering like on one eye, and I were to take that same side and that same Q-tip and move it over to here, or like take it down to her nose or her lips, and now I'm spreading all of that bacteria. So you just want to make sure you're starting fresh with a new Q-tip, with a new side of a Q-tip each time. So then after I apply her Soothe and Protect, I'm going to apply her goggles. You can readjust those because I probably didn't put this on right.
Where exactly, sorry, do we focus the Soothe and Protect?
Inner corner, outer corner of the eyes, corner of the nose, and then the lips.
Okay, thank you.
And then, but like, let's say tomorrow you guys are doing a body part and you're doing a body part that has a tattoo, or like, let's say they have face tattoos that they want to keep, you would grab Soothe and Protect to cover those areas. Also, if they have like microblading or permanent cosmetic brows, you're gonna grab extra for that too to cover those. So I'm going to take my peel. This is 3 cc's of the peel. If you are working with a gel consistency peel, you are going to dispense 3 cc's. If you are dispensing a liquid-based peel, it is 5 cc's. The way you're gonna remember that is gel is 3 letters and you're dispensing 3 cc's. Liquid is 6 letters, but it's 5 cc's.
Why is that?
Just so that we're not wasting product. Like if I were to dispense 5 cc's of this, I don't need that much. It's gonna spread really well. But 3 cc's in a liquid-based peel isn't enough. So I'm going to pour all of the peel into my hands, and then once you guys are gonna have timers tomorrow. I just didn't grab one. But once you guys apply the peel, you are going to start your timer, and you're gonna start it in 5-minute increments. So I'm just gonna go in and make sure I'm evenly spreading the peel.
And I apologize, I missed it. When did we start this timer?
As soon as you start applying the peel.
Applying it.
Yes.
And is it your preference whether you want to do fingers or the?
This protocol, gloved fingertips. If you were to stick a rough gauze into this peel, it wouldn't soak anything up. So this one, gloved fingertips.
So I'm assuming like basically liquid peels you could use gauze with.
Yeah.
And then
There's
gel is just
a fan
fingertips.
brush on there. Is that for something else later?
It's for the mask. There's a mask in this protocol.
You said that if we want to avoid affecting the tattoos, this would be a dumb question, is it because it lightens the
It will lighten. There's no chemical peel on this planet that won't lighten a tattoo.
But it will never get rid of it, right? It'll just like.
It'll like fade it over time.
Like a sun damage would.
Yeah. And not to the point where like you put one peel on it and it's completely gone. But you just want to be mindful about it and still protect it if they want it, because some people don't care and they want it gone actually, so they'll be like, you can put the
And
peel
if
over
they
it.
do, like, let's say want to get a cover up, could they put it on this to fade it over time to help the cover up? Or
Yeah, but I wouldn't use like this specific acid. I would use more of like a TCA, because that's gonna do a better job of pulling the pigment compared to
Because
this
that
baby
penetrates
little lactic.
deep, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it pulling pigment or is it breaking it down like the laser does?
For the tattoo, it's breaking the pigment down, but not the same way as the tattoo removal does. The tattoo removal is breaking up the pigment by breaking that pigment up into little baby particles and kind of initiating your wound response, so that your macrophages go in and like munch away at the pigment. Using a chemical peel to fade a tattoo is gonna work in the sense of it's lifting that pigment by exfoliating the skin, like those top layers of the skin. So it's effective, but still like not as effective as like tattoo removal. That's why most times you'll see them combined with like peels and microneedling and then tattoo removal with the laser. How's that feel? Nothing? Tingly, itchy? Anything? And like a slight hue of erythema, but nothing too crazy.
So within that 5-minute time frame, you're just.
Like, let's say she said it was super, super, super itchy, then you could go in and do tapotement. I just have this thing where I can't take my hands off of people. So I just like to rub on them. If you ask any of the instructors who's their favorite person to touch them, it's me. I have this weird thing where I will just walk up to people and just rub on them. So watch out. You might be sitting in an event and I'll just come up and I'll start rubbing your shoulders. It's really weird.
You're like the showgirls, you expect a tip after, you're like, hey.
No, literally. Like today I was standing behind Sam and I was just like kneading like her shoulders, and then she's like, ooh, can you go a little bit harder? And I was like, ooh, and see, that's where you lose me. I said, the second you tell me how to do it, that's when I don't want to do it. I was like, so I'm so sorry, your time is up. I was like, no.
Is your love language physical touch?
You know, it's not, surprisingly, it's really not. But I just say, because of the fact that I don't have anyone to go home to and like touch on, I do it here. And then Shay told me today, she goes, I have someone who touches me at home, but I prefer to be touched by Chelsea. So, you know, I've got magic fingers. I really do.
a cat.
Nima has cats.
Yeah, you want a cat? I really do cats, but I'm allergic to them. But we feel bad because the mom was pregnant, and now we have like kittens, and yeah, I want
How
a
many?
cat.
Let me know. Harley would love a baby cat.
Yeah.
She was asking.
For like Easter present.
Easter present. Okay, how you feel? Okay, it's been 5 minutes, so she says she feels okay, she doesn't feel any tingling, and I don't see anything that would tell me to remove the peel, so I'm gonna let her sit for another 5 minutes.
I'll pull you.
But for trade purposes, tomorrow it'll be fine.
But only 5 for tomorrow for trade purposes. So like everyone has enough time to trade. I think the first time I did it, everyone did 15 minutes, and I was like, you guys, we don't have enough time for the second round to go. So only 5 minutes when you guys are trading tomorrow. And then tomorrow I will also have charting examples for you guys to see, so you guys can chart that and see what that looks like. Charting for peels is super, super simple. It's just about what products you're using, what peel it is, and then skin reaction and client sensation. That's a new one that gets added for chemical peels. That's not typically charted for anything else, but just the biggest thing is client sensation, is like, what did they feel while that chemical peel was on.
question. I don't think it was like the test or the Kahoot. One of the questions said, what was it? It was like, we can only do to the level of which we're certified.
Yes.
For whichever peel.
Yes.
Do we have to be certified by the company for each peel?
Not necessarily. Like Glymet doesn't have like a certification course. Like once you just have like that license number and you make a professional account, you have access to all of their peels. Some companies are a little different, like PCA Skin. They have a peel certification course. You don't necessarily have to take it to be certified and use their peels. But by being certified with them, they give you an additional discount. And they are very education focused to where like their peel certification course is $300. You pay that, so you pay the $300. You get certified in those peels. I did it. It took me like 2 hours. Like I finished it in a day. And then they give you that $300 back as a credit to buy product. So they're very education, like you focused.
What company was that?
PCA Skin.
PCA. Thank you.
They're Elta MD's sister company.
They do the acne.
Yeah, that's what who
Yes.
does the acne boot camp.
Thank you.
The one here. How you feel?
So with like our license, it just automatically we're certified, basically.
Yeah, basically. Unless like each company might be different and where like they say you have to take a certification course to get certified in their fields, but it varies company to company. But as long as you are falling under your scope of practice, like percentage wise of each peel, you're fine. State board just doesn't want you coming in saying that you're using a 30% TCA. And because the max for TCA that we can use without a medical director is 15%. So like things like that, that's when they say like you have to be like regular, like you certified and things like that.
So like by level 3 or level, just like level 3?
Yeah, like basically like the highest level, level 3. Alright, you got like 1 minute left. Good? You feeling good? You guys can stack the pumpkin peel with dermaplaning and microneedling without having to take advanced exfoliations. If you want to dermaplane and microneedle with the 30%, you have to take advanced exfoliations. Once we get past microneedling, I will give you guys a full list of like what you can stack with what and things like that. Because I know I say it in the moment and then what deal can I use? What? Or I see trades get put in and I'm like, wait, they can't do that. You have to take it. Then I got K Long coming to yell at me, they didn't take advanced exfoliation. I'm like, listen, I can't control what they do. I can only do so much. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and start neutralizing her peel. Like it mentioned in your guys' book from that exfoliation chapter, one of the ways that you can kind of jumpstart the exfoliation process. I'm not the biggest fan of this stuff. But one of the ways that you can jumpstart the exfoliation process is using a cool towel.
Why are you a big fan of this?
Because I just feel like, why don't you just neutralize? Why? I don't think it's necessary. And
Dramatic.
I just a little bit. But I don't write the protocols. I don't make the rules. I just follow them. So.
How would you do a cool towel? But like, you know how creating yeah.
You just run it under cold water.
Okay.
Or like sometimes I say if you do want to do it, then I say grab the cold towels out of the refrigerator. Grab like the soft gauze out of the refrigerator. And like I would prefer that more than I would this.
In the freezer, I saw Brazilian balloons. We didn't have those. I don't think anyone else remember them.
That's a K Long thing.
Yeah.
That's a K Long.
How did they use them?
So when she does her Vanessa's witnessed it before. It's like a water balloon. It's a water balloon that K Long will fill with water and then put it in the freezer. And what she does is she freezes them so that when she's doing her Brazilians, she'll lay the hard wax everywhere, and then so that it dries faster, she'll take that frozen water balloon and then she'll put it on the wax to help it dry faster. It's really crazy to see. I might tell her to do a demo on it in the next couple of weeks so that you guys can see it, because it's just watching Kaylong do a Brazilian demo in general is really scary. But it is very interesting. Now, this is just something that I like to do. So you are going to use 6 soft gauze to neutralize the peel. I don't like to just have my gauze on my tray. Just to make it easier, I pre-fold all of my neutralizing gauze, and I will just put it in a bowl just like this, and then I will fill the bowl with distilled water just so I can grab and go as I'm doing my treatment. I feel like to sit here and fold each individual square can be a little time consuming, and I'm all about time. Time is money. The faster you can get through your chemical peels, the more money you're gonna make. You guys are gonna notice once we start really getting into peels, your first 2 starts are gonna feel really long just because it's dermaplaning and microneedling, and those are treatments that like you wanna take your time on. But like once we get to like TCA and like Sal, you're gonna be done in like 20 minutes. You're gonna be like, did I do something wrong? No, that's just how long a chemical peel takes. So I just like to work faster. So I'm just going in, dabbing off all of that peel. I don't want to rub the peel off because her skin is a little sensitive, so I just want to be nice and gentle. I'm not the biggest fan of time-dependent peels just because of how time-consuming they can be with the neutralizing. I'm more of a dose-dependent kind of gal because you just slap that peel on however many passes you're gonna do, and then you're done. You apply your finishing products and you're done. When we get to glycolic, the glycolic protocol says that you have to neutralize with 12 soft gauze, and that kind of takes a long time. So I like dose-dependent peels.
So will this one cause like a lot of peeling or not?
No. She'll just look nice and glowy.
12 as in 6 passes, so like obviously 1 in each.
Yeah,
That's
that's the longest part because that peel, it's time dependent, but you only leave that one on no matter what for 5 minutes. So like the longest part of the glycolic peel is neutralizing it.
Do you prefer us getting a timer or?
You can timer or you can use your phones. I'm not too picky about that. Or like me, just watch the clock. I just watch the clock.
Are you gonna be here tomorrow?
I will be here tomorrow.
Imani might come in.
Oh, good. I just told her that I miss her so much. My laugh level's been down since she left. Even laughing as much.
That does have a big effect. Actually, I think that was a proven fact that laughing actually is proven to
Well, and like,
inhibit, like.
I'm here like all day, you guys. I've been here since 9 a.m. You know, so I like gotta like keep my like energy up like all day. Thank God I'm not teaching, because when I used to teach, was I teaching too with you? When I had you guys? Yeah, listen, I used to feel so bad because like I used to feel like my day class would get like the better version of me because my brain would just be so fried by the time I would get to like my night class, or like I just like started to feel like delusional and be like, well, what did I tell my day class and then what did I tell my night? Like it was getting real hard to keep track who was getting what information. So no more of that.
Do you prefer doing night classes?
I do, but the one thing that I do not like about night classes is what the day class gets to learn over 4 days, I have to teach in 2. So, especially with this new curriculum, it's a lot more information, and I just trying to push all this information into 2 nights a week is a lot. When we were on our old curriculum, I had no issue, like even like teaching like 2 classes, like I was totally fine. But now like the theories are longer with the new curriculum and everything, and I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to finish everything. But I do like the quiet. I just like nighttime a lot better than daytime.
It's
Daytime,
so chill.
there's too many students here in the daytime. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. And they're so noisy.
It's stressful even now.
Do you feel anywhere like tingly, itchy? No?
I felt the pre-treat more than the peel.
So which one do you want?
Well, I bring him on.
Okay, so this is my last round of soft gauze. So before I completely finish neutralizing, I just like to go into those areas where those Soothe and Protect were and just kind of like to wipe them away, just to make sure that the client's not like walking out super heavy. Sydney did the peel on me one time and I had Soothe and Protect all over my face, and I was like, why does my face just feel so heavy? And everyone's like, oh my gosh, Chelsea, you look so glowy. I wasn't glowy, I was covered in Soothe and Protect for like a whole day. So if she had any extractions, this would be the time to do them. But Vanessa, like I said, has amazing skin, so she doesn't have any. So the next step in the peel is going to be the chocolate mask.
I don't like those brushes.
The mini brushes.
These new ones,
They're very hard.
they're terrible.
They're prickly.
They cost less than the old ones, for sure.
They also break more. I accidentally broke 2. Because I was in Institute Dispense and they take so long to dry, so I'll put it between 2 layers of towel and like get the rest of the liquid out. It will pull off the stick. When it never used to do that for me.
That's when you pull out. That's when you pull out the nail glue and you
Yeah.
stick it in there.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, tell that to Miss Bianca.
Well, I also like to say, because the reason why we have to order new things is because things go missing. And I like to say sometimes people like to build their SD studios on Nima's dime.
That's
So-
crazy.
You shit already.
I've never used this one.
The chocolate mask?
Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. Oh yeah, you know what? Because when we did, you guys, yeah.
I don't think we had it,
Mm-mm.
right?
I think we like ran out. Yeah, and everyone used the enzyme mask.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, because you guys had to do it with dermaplaning. I combined it for you guys. Which
Can you use any mouse? For this one?
you can.
Do you prefer the chocolate?
Prefer chocolate. Just because it's in the protocol.
Yeah.
But like, let's say like if there's an allergy, then you could do like the green one, the green enzyme mask, or the hydrating B5 gel from SkinCeuticals. You could use that one too.
What is the benefit of the chocolate one in this treatment?
It's got wasabi in it, so it's gonna help with antioxidants, and it's also gonna help with blood circulation. So they sit with the mask on for 5 to 7 minutes. When we are doing things that deal with mask or dealing with leaving things on for a set amount of time, we are not massaging the skin. We're not doing a scalp massage, anything like that. Because like, let's say Ashley did a treatment on someone, mask was sitting, gave them a hand massage, but then let's say same client came back to see Raven doesn't give a hand massage or anything like that. The client's gonna go up to front desk and say, last time I got a hand massage, this time I didn't, I got gypped, what's the deal? So there are no massages in chemical peel protocols. It's one of the reasons why I teach chemical peels. Eminence has a chemical peel that we used to have, and that one had a massage, and I used to teach it in a way so that I didn't have to do the massage, because I do not like to massage people. It's not my vibe. I'm here to cause pain. Yeah, I'm like touching, like I'm not gonna get up and I'm not gonna do that. That's not my vibe. So just make sure no massages. Also, when we are doing chemical peels in the treatment room, we are not turning the lights down. This is not a relaxing treatment. Nothing we do in chemical peels is relaxing. we are here to get results. So we want to make sure that the lights are always up in the treatment room so that if the client is having a skin reaction, or we can just make sure that we fully see the skin reaction, we want the lights all the way up.
Do you still have them dressed down?
No, they can get under the blankets, but you're just gonna drape them just like this.
Okay.
Even like for certs and like tomorrow for trades, if you guys tomorrow want to make beds, you can, but like certs, clients are gonna lay on the bed just like this. I like to think you guys paid your dues in orientation with all that laundry. I know you guys have laundry. Why make more laundry? There's no reason for it. Now, if your client wants a blanket, that's totally fine. You can give them a blanket. The only time your client we will not be having any bedding, not even towels, is microneedling, because we don't want to spread those bloodborne pathogens. So, microneedling, there's nothing on the bed. Even when you guys are down in the spa, you guys are going to strip the bed completely all the way down to black, and your clients are just going to lay on that. Just for safety.
And when we have to when we have to remake the bed, can we just use the?
Yeah. So that's what I usually tell you guys to do is fold it up like nice and just like put it on like that table that's in laundry, and just let the person who's in laundry know. For like 2 weeks, a couple weeks ago in the daytime, one of my day students was just throwing it in the. I was like, what? Who's just throwing this laundry in the corner of the laundry room? So. Just fold it up and put it in the laundry room, and just let the person in the laundry know, because then sometimes they come down, they're like, there's just this random bedding, like where did it come from? And I'm like, oh, so it must be my canoeing. So just, that's okay.
Sounds good, yeah.
I've seen some girls use like the waxing the waxing mat when they do microneedling, or like the skin pen.
Oh yeah, when they're doing trades.
Yeah.
Or
are they not supposed to do
I'm gonna tell you. I've never told one of my students to do that. Now, do sometimes what they want to experiment? Yeah, sure. But I've never said that, and I mean, I guess, but like at that point, just lay on the plastic sheet. Like that's like I don't.
That's another thing you have to clean.
I've been here 3 years, and I stopped questioning things a long time ago. I stopped. Once I started teaching, I stopped questioning things. I'm like, all right, okay. All right, so your protocol is going to say to remove with 2 soft gauze. So the total amount of soft gauze that you're going to have is 8. But I also like to just go in with sponges too, just because it does a better job of removing the mask. But just one thing you never want to remove the mask with is a hot towel. We don't want to elevate their body temperature after the peel.
So basically everything after the peel is like cooling.
It's those.
So if we're doing a body part, like an arm, would you work one at a time, or like are we neutralizing and putting the chemical peel on like at the same time?
It's up to you. It's up to you if you wanna do it at the same time, do one at a time. If you're gonna do one at a time, just be mindful about how much peel you're using, just so that you have enough to like spread between the 2 body parts.
Okay. So if we're working on 2 body parts,
So
like the arm,
something-
would we work one at a time or at the same time? Because then you'd be like,
Yeah. Weird.
yeah, then you'd like.
Also, would that count as
No.
stick with it?
Nothing that we do in chem counts for 2 boxes. The only time you can ever get 2 boxes for something in chem is like, let's say you wanted to get microneedled and you wanted to microneedle your face, but then like let's say you also like had like stretch marks on your stomach that you wanted to microneedle, or you had like a scar on like your leg that you wanted to microneedle, that's totally fine. You can do that. But what you'll do, and you can use the same tip. So instead of paying $50 twice, you pay for one tip, and then you write on the trade slip that you are going to use the same tip as the face that you're going to use on like wherever else you're going to do it. You just have to make sure that you're going to do the face first, and that you're working within about a 2.5 hour window, because that's how long the pens are charged. And once that tip is on there, you cannot take it off and put it back on. And it's not like E-Matrix where you can like save it and be like, oh, well, I did my face today and then tomorrow I'll do. No, once that tip is on and you take it off, it is off for good. But by doing that, it gives either 2 different people the opportunity to get microneedling off their tracker, or 1 person to get 2 boxes, depending on how you want to do it.
Is that the same with acne genesis? Like, would you get 2 boxes for that, or just one?
Just one. You get the Genesis box and then whatever peel you're doing. Well, yeah, 2 separate boxes, but it wouldn't be like 2 peel boxes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So like the Genesis box and then like a peel box.
Yeah, and then whatever peel you're doing. Yeah.
Okay.
Does microneedling help with like white scarring?
Like hypopigmentation?
Yes.
No. Hypopigmentation is really hard because once that pigment's gone, it's really hard to get it back. Yeah.
No worries. I've been
What about
coming to
Resolve?
that realization.
Can Resolve help with that?
It could help like if it was like white and like textured. Resolve could help with the texture, but not really like bringing the pigment back. No. All right. So after I remove the mask, I'm going to go in with the cocktail. So anytime we are doing chemical peels and you see Ultra Hydrogel, Protective Skin Serum, and Skin Clarifier, I think that's what the other one, I can never remember what that name is. That means you are going to cocktail together. Now I want everyone to take a look at how much of the cocktail I have. You see how I put it in my palette? I don't have too much. Very demure, very mindful. I don't put it in a dampened dish and fill it all the way to the top. Just half a cup of each. That is something I look for, and that is something I will dock for on certs. So please be very mindful about how much product you are grabbing.
And what are you using?
The cocktail. So it's Living Cell something, the clarifier, cell protection serum, and hydrogel. I'm gonna tell you, Glymed rebranded, and for some reason my brain does not want to remember what what that serum got rebranded to. For some reason, my brain cannot.
Is it the fulvic one?
No, you can, like, let's say if she had a little bit more acne and I wanted to kind of help with that, then I would maybe put like a pump of fulvic, but that's not technically in the cocktail. A lot of people think it is. No. You just want to be mindful when you are applying this, and you don't want to manipulate it too much, because then when you take them up to Beauty Bar to apply sunscreen, it'll start to like pill a little bit and it just gets messy. So just a little bit, and then just because nothing but the best for my Vanessa, we also have Trio from Skin Better. It's because we forgot to list the cocktails. And then once you apply that, you are all done. Boom. Does anyone have any questions? It's really, yes, Mary.
So you said be mindful of the product they're using if you're using 2 separate body parts. So would I divide the 5 cc by 2, or would I double it to 10?
If it's liquid, yes. Gel, no. You would just only pour like half of it.
Okay, so gel I would divide, and then liquid I would double. Okay.
Any other questions?
whole time, have you had Invisalign before?
Cut.
That's
Don't mind. Don't mind.
That's such a weird question because yes, I have.
What? It's not even now. I can't see around, but when I sat up really close, I was like all over your face. I saw like your butt in, and I was just wondering. I was like, is that